Hey guys, Brian here with another video. I know I said I was going to do this video a while ago, and I kind of figured that once COVID hit and quarantine started, nobody's going to be moving anyway, so I was focusing on other things. I'll give you a brief update, and then if any of you are interested, I will be happy to make a full video about this. It actually is really interesting if you care at all, and then I'll get into what this video is about. So, this started 10 years ago, but we've really started to make headway on it recently, since I've been back actually. Since I've been back. So while I was in Ireland, I met my dad in Egypt. And this is going to sound crazy because everybody has the theory on the pyramid and what it was used for. But we solved the reason for what the Great Pyramid was used for. And I know it sounds crazy. I know everybody and their mother has a theory on what the pyramid was used for. But the difference between our theory and literally everybody else's theory, and I'm sure everybody says this too, don't laugh. The huge difference between our theory and everybody else's is we don't look at the pyramid. What we've actually done is we've looked at everything in ancient Egypt and we've said, how can we connect all of these together? We haven't said the pyramid was used to send his body to Osiris. Let me try and figure out how to make that happen. We said ancient Egyptians built this. What did they use for it? Okay, they also built this. If these are connected, how did they use them? If these were connected, how did they use it? And we've connected so many things together in a perfectly logical way. It doesn't make sense how Egyptologists haven't figured what we figured out. Like we've figured out why Upper and Lower Egypt unified when they just speculated it was a war. We've figured out why the Sphinx has such a tiny head and a massive body. We've figured out why there's chambers, there's underground tunnels going from the pyramid to Lake Morris, an ancient lake in the Fayum region. Anyway, that's not important. If you're interested in hearing our theory, I'll make a video about it. It's really interesting. It's the only theory that actually makes sense. It gives a function to it, but it doesn't use technology. And we're right. Let me tell you that. You're going to see in 10 years, our theory is going to get out there and we're going to be correct. Anyway, moving on to this video, because that's not important right now. How did I transfer money from my euros to US dollars? So originally I was going to go to the bank. I went to the bank, I went to Chase Bank, and I said, how many dollars can I get with my account with this many euros? And there's an exchange fee, there's a debit card transaction fee, and then they're not going to give you the actual exchange rate. So it came out to, it was supposed to be 1.01. No, it was supposed to be 1.08, but they were going to give me 1.01. So I was only going to make like $20 when I should have been making almost 200 on the amount of euros I had trying to transfer. So I went online, I did some digging. Originally, I was going to then try and buy Bitcoin and then sell the Bitcoin into another account. That's not possible. I couldn't find a way to buy Bitcoin with euros. Sure, it's possible, but then selling it in the US, it would be really difficult. So that's not really possible. So then I just Googled, I don't know why I didn't do this originally, transferring euros to US. And what I found is a lot of websites that do that. And they'll have different exchange rates and different fees. And I found like 5 of them that seemed decent enough to use. So the first one, I started signing up for it, and it wouldn't let me put in my banking information. And so I thought, ooh, that's weird. Why is that kicking me out every time I type my bank information in? So then I scrapped that. And then I found a different one, something else happened, found a different one, something else happened. Then I came across PayPal. I don't know why this isn't advertised more. PayPal has their own company. It's called Xoom, Xoom, not Zoom, the Skype, the popular Skype call thing that's popular now. Xoom, Xoom, and they'll transfer money for you. You could send money into other accounts. And if you have a Xoom account, you could send money to somebody else's bank account even if they don't have a Xoom account. So then you can also transfer money across different currencies. their exchange rate, I think, I could be wrong, but it was supposed to be 1.08, and I think they gave me 1.06 or 1.07. It was a few months ago, I don't remember completely. But it wound up being like one of the best ones I was able to find. And because if you Google the exchange rate, you'll get like the real exchange rate, but nobody's going to give you that because they need to make money anyway. So I think it was 1.06 and no other fees. So I signed up with them, super easy. Then I have my computer open right now. I'm going to look at it because to sign up, this is how I did it. And if you're going to plan on, I would suggest signing up to transfer your US money to euros. I didn't do that. I just pulled it out of a bank and I was charged heavily on it. So I would suggest signing up, transferring money to euros, and then transfer them back through Zoom as well. But the way I did it, I came home. I signed up through Zoom as if I was still in Ireland. And to do that, you have to kind of jump through hoops. So I had to pretend that I was still at my old address. And to do that, I had to show my bank account or my bank statement because it had my address on it. And then I also had to show my PPS and my Garda card to prove that I was me. But I also sent them pictures. I also showed them my Arizona ID. My ID is in Arizona. I'm from California, but my ID is in Arizona. Anyway, so I had to show them that. And then I had to sign up with my Irish phone number. And it wasn't active anymore, so that was the trickiest part. But what I found is that I can still receive text messages. So I didn't need to text that back anything. I put my phone number in, they texted me, and then I put my SIM card into the phone, received the text message with the code, typed the code in, and it worked. So I'm glad I did that. Then I connected that to my bank account, and I transferred it to somebody in the US that I wanted to transfer it to. And that person that I transferred it to was me. And so that's kind of how I did it, is I acted like I was in Ireland and I was sending it to somebody in the US. But the person I was sending it to in the US was just my bank account. So what I would recommend you do with that information is sign up with Zoom in the US. Then you have your account, you have it connected to your bank account. Then when you get to Ireland, you set up a bank account, you could transfer money into your Irish bank account through your US Zoom account. Then when you get back, then set up a new Zoom account. This is how I would do it because I don't know how easy it is to transfer your address through Zoom. I would then set up a new Zoom account when I was over in Ireland with my Irish information so that when I got back to the US, I could transfer money from my Irish bank account back to my US. That's how I would do it looking back on it. That's not how I did it going in. That's how I did it when I got back though, and it was awesome. So I would just recommend doing that both ways. It's going to be the cheapest way to transfer money. And it'll be easier if you do it when you're over there because you don't have to worry about, oh shoot, I don't have an Irish phone number. I almost called one of my friends and I said, hey, what's the code? But I didn't have to do that. So that's how I would do it. Zoom XOM. I'm going to post a link in the description below to that website. Check it out if you need to transfer money, or you know what, if you're just looking into it, still set up the accounts just through PayPal anyway. And yeah, I hope that helps. I hope that gives you some light on how to transfer money to and from with not, getting charged an arm and a leg, because if you pull money out of an ATM, it's ridiculous. Don't do it because their ATM's going to charge you, your bank's going to charge you, and the exchange rate is terrible. So yeah, I hope that helps. I hope you are going to do that. Please do that. Save money. Don't go through the headache that I went through. And yeah, if you have any comments, questions, concerns, let me know in the comments. And I will see you guys in our next video.